So I want to talk a little bit about spousal support, because just like child support, we have guys out there, eight plus million, who probably can't afford their spousal support payment, or they're facing a divorce and now having a decrease in income. It really is a game changer for them in terms of whether or not spousal support is even on the table. So I want to go to Jessica. Jessica in New Hampshire.
Sure. So for a long time, New Hampshire didn't have a calculation to alimony. Spousal support was alive and well. One person had to establish their need. The other person had to establish whether they had the ability to pay. And the judges were all over the place with their orders. So you might had somebody with a need, but the person was able to say they couldn't pay, and then the order came out at 0 or some random number. So basically, it was a sort of wild, wild west calculation. So in 2019, they instituted a calculation, which most states have, that it's going to be 30% of the difference in income between the parties for up to half the length of the marriage. So although that sounds tough to people, they have to remember that the first analysis still is to establish a need, to establish a baseline of expenses and income, and to establish what that other person's ability to pay is. So it's not an automatic payment. And then the courts go to the calculation. So it's still being tested. The judges are using it a little bit different case to case, but that's how I'm prepping my clients, is just let's look at the need, let's look at your ability to pay, and let's look at the length of your marriage, and then we're gonna start somewhere. So it's still being tested, but it's definitely a change from the past.
And it's huge because, every state has something different, and it's always the hardest question sometimes to answer when there is no calculation. So it's a good thing that New Hampshire is going that direction. We can at least give guys some guidance as to what to expect instead of judge variability with the same set of facts.